It was a really sort of positive way to connect with dieting, because it isn't dieting, it's a lifestyle change. So the 1% program is the easiest fitness and diet program I've ever seen or heard of or tried. It starts off so gently that you don't ever at any stage feel like you are on a diet or doing a program. The videos are informational. They give you lots to work with, but they're not really time consuming. None of the activities or tasks that are set as part of the program take ages. They all take little bits of time, and you can do as much or as little as fits in with your lifestyle and your life at the time that you're doing the program. And it's all about building a really strong foundation that this is a change in way of life, not a set 12-week course and you'll be fixed forever. It's a change in mentality, but done in a really easy step-by-step way. So the biggest results for me haven't been weight loss, they've been centimetres lost. My weight has stayed stable, which I've actually been happy with, because it has been during a quite tumultuous time. But I've lost about 10 centimetres on my waist. I've lost, I think I've lost 10 off my hips actually as well. So being able to kind of show those centimetres that have been lost in different parts of my body was a way to measure success that wasn't about a scale. The 1% program is incredibly easy. As a teacher, I am very, very busy. And so attending lots of diet and exercise programs and things like that aren't easy to fit into a teacher lifestyle at all. But just fitting in a weekly call to check in, and then add little changes that are mostly self-driven. They're guided, but it's about what is sustainable for me as a person in my life. I think for me, some of the standout memorable parts is just some of the sort of buzz phrases through the video. So things like "calorie is king." So talking about the Twinkie study, and how you can lose fat eating Twinkies if your calorie intake is low enough, but you can get a lot more food for your calories if you choose differently. So that kind of, it took away those ideas of bad foods and good foods that had been instilled in me through many, many diet programs, and allowed me to take away a lot of that guilt. So yes, I love the phrase "the calorie is king." And I mean, it's the name of the course, the 1% program. It's become part of my overall lifestyle, that 1%. It's not just about fat loss changes or anything like that. Everything can be a 1% change. And I've actually started using it within my teaching, giving the children I teach 1% goals. So, you answered 10 questions yesterday, let's go for 11, which as a maths teacher I know is actually 10%, but it's an incremental change. And so really trying to use those, it has just become part of my vocabulary that 1% better is the best way to go. I think the most useful part has been having a weekly check-in, because it just gives you that focus each week to go, right, okay, so here are my goals for the week, or the habits that I want to change, and I have my call booked on X day at this time, so how am I going to kind of almost work backwards to make those little changes so that I've achieved it by then. But just the general ethos of the program has been the most useful part in kind of keeping me on track and encouraged. I think what I've enjoyed probably the most about this course is almost taking a little poke at some other diet programs and going, no, that doesn't work. And having been someone who has tried them all, it was good to almost see the science of why they don't work, and talking about why this is a much more sustainable way of doing things. So yeah, it's been quite fun to kind of look at kind of all my history of all the different diet plans that I've tried and gone, well, that's why it doesn't work. And and yeah, just kind of have a bit of a laugh about it and go, the reason this works, it's the most sustainable. Also very suitable for anyone who has struggled with an eating disorder, because one of the biggest difficulties is guilt, and how a lot of fitness programs and diet programs can really use guilt as a motivator, and that's not the way with this course. It just removes guilt from the equation, and also pretty much removes motivation from the equation. So those two things that can be the biggest barriers, and guilt can be that cycle. It removes those from the equation and makes it a much more suitable program for people who have struggled, not just with fat loss, but with their relationship with diet and exercise. So Cameron is very, very approachable. He's someone who I don't feel, if I'd had more than one cheat day in a week, I'd have to hide it. There's sort of no fear of being told off for doing something, which then means you can be more honest with how things are going, and I think that's really important in someone that's helping you make changes. If you're too scared to be honest, then you're going to hide things that aren't going well. So Cameron being approachable is fantastic, and also his own story is something that you can be. It's an inspiration, but also it makes him very real, and is not some celebrity who doesn't have and has all the personal chefs and everything like that can help you do it. He's a busy, hard-working man, so knows what's sustainable for a busy professional to add into their life. So another memorable part of this course is not just the how to do something, but why. Why are we making these changes in this way? Why are we going about it in small ways? Not just how to do that, but the why. And I think it reminds you of those moments, probably when you were younger, and it's mentioned that the toddler response of but why? We like to know why. It's a human instinct to know, want to know why something works or why we're doing something. So definitely this is a course that builds that in, and answers those questions of but why, which is really, really helpful.